Hey guys, it's Jason from Aquarium and Reptile Depot in Citrus Heights, California. We are just putting some Betta products away. We are in our Betta section as we speak. So this is the UNS Betta Sorority rack system that we have here. These are all females, but they're bettas and they're being put together because they are all females. So a lot of customers come in the store and they're always wondering, aren't these bettas? How are they put together? How are they cohabitating together? Well, we just put it as a tier system, have a large enough tank, and females have a tendency to work much better together as opposed to males. So that's why we just keep females here together. There's a lot of varieties of female bettas that you can keep. As you can see, there's some half moons here. There's some dragon scales. There's some koi bettas. A lot of different colors, a lot of different fin patterning, and females, the misconception is they aren't as pretty as males. But nowadays, some of the females are really bright in color, possibly even prettier than the males, depending on who's looking at it, right? It's in the eye of the beholder. So just want to talk to you guys a little bit about how to set up a Betta sorority, how to keep it going, how to maintain it, and such. So when you first start off with any tank here, we always recommend that the tank has a filter, has a heater on it, because a filter keeps water chemistry stable, a heater keeps temperature stable, and start the aquarium up like any other tank you would do. Water conditioner, any type of water. I don't care if you have filter water, well water, if you have tap water, doesn't really matter. You definitely want to use some water conditioner because it has other properties than just removing chlorine. So if you don't have chlorines, that's fine, but the conditioner will detoxify ammonias, nitrites, nitrates, it will put slime coat, so that's why it's really important. And then the culture of bacteria, that's actually what starts an ecosystem up. So those two products are really important to start up any aquarium because that will properly cycle your aquarium. So once your tank has properly cycled, went through its nitrogen cycle, everything, most of the water chemistry is ammonia 0, nitrite 0, you get a little bit of nitrates, you're ready to put some female bettas in your tank. So the female bettas, they don't require a whole lot. I mean, they like a little bit lower pH. We like to plant our Betta sororities because it gives them places to hide, places to kind of create their own territory. So if you do a planted setup, then make sure you have the right substrate. We recommend Contra Soil, Stratum, Eco Complete, which we carry here, and then having a nice light to allow the plants to grow. So these are trihirolites, and they allow the plants to photosynthesize and get food, and you got to fertilize some of the plants. But back to the bettas, once you are ready to put bettas in the tank, the key for a Betta sorority is having quite a few of them in there. And you don't have to go over the buttons, you're not putting hundreds in there, but I would say, ideally, we would say probably about at least 5 female bettas, because that really disperses the aggression pretty well. And just make sure the tank is big enough. If you're doing like 5 female bettas, we usually like about 20 gallons or so. Again, this is ideally. If you want to try, maybe try with 3 female bettas, I wouldn't do anything less, because 2 is a couple or a pair. You don't want to do that because they're constantly headbutting. You want to try 3 and see how they do, but just know that if you're going to try that, you might need to add more in there. So that is something definitely to consider. And then, yeah, once you put them in there, doesn't mean they're all gonna work. So in a Betta sorority, you might get ones that are a little bit more dominant, or you might get ones that are a little bit more passive. So that's up to you guys. You might have to cull them out. So that means removing the super aggressive or the super passive one that's just not fitting in the group. It's just not creating the right chemistry. If you're gonna do that, then I would, find that Betta a new home. Whether it's by itself or you give it to a friend or a family member, and now they have a fish in their life. So just some ideas. I'll show you what it looks like once the bettas are kind of going, with quite a few in another UNS tank that we have in the back there. So yeah, let me show you that one. We are at our UNS 90LA. We're a big partner of Ultum Nature Systems with the trihirolites on here. So this is our display tank, our display Betta sorority tank. As you can see, there's quite a few Betta sororities out here, or bettas in here, female bettas, female koi bettas to be exact. We do sell some of the bettas out of this tank. So yeah, as you can see, it's planted out. It's got CO2 on it. It's got a filter. It's got a heater. It's got a light for plants. And So you can see it in action. For the most part, you can see the bettas getting along, and yeah, the one will chase another occasionally, but usually they'll go find another one, go chase another one, and it has a tendency to work out pretty darn well in this tank. We really don't have the issue of aggression being anything that is not working out. But like I said, if it doesn't work, then we just find that betta a new home, try it somewhere else, and then see if that gets the chemistry better. But the more we have in there, the less chasing that we have. And yeah, once you got it set up, it's just like most aquariums, the maintenance is about the same. Just still want to do water changes, always test your water levels. But if you're just doing a regimen, a routine, maybe a water change anywhere between 1 to 3 weeks, do a small 20% water change is pretty ideal for them. We fertilize this tank because we have plants in there. We feed the bettas about every day. We skip 1 day out of the week just to let them fast so they can just pass their food. You don't want them to have bloat or dropsy or anything like that, so it just lets them process their food and get a little diet, right? So we just do Betta BioGold for them on a regular basis, and then for treats, we do bloodworms, brine shrimp occasionally, and that's basically the upkeep for these bettas. There's not a whole lot. You don't have to feed them a whole lot. The water stays pretty clean. We do put other inhabitants in the tank with the female bettas. Another misconception that customers get a lot, but because the tank is filtered, because the tank is heated, we're allowed to we put red racer nearite snails, which has been a really popular option for us in our store. Those are currently $4.99. They have really cool patterns on them. We have an auto sinkless, which have been a little hard to get, but we have those in stock right now. They're $5.99. We have some Amano shrimp in here that help eat the algae. We have a bushy nose pleco in here that helps eat the algae. And if you want some dither fish in there, some good options would be some type of rasbora, some type of tetra, some type of minnow. They work well too, just kind of stir things around. So like I said, the misconception doesn't mean you can only have one male betta. We do have those too. And even with the male bettas, you can put other fish in there. I just don't really encourage any other bettas to go with the male betta. But also, I wouldn't encourage anything that has like long flowy tails. Like, I usually recommend customers staying away from guppies with bettas just because they get nipped up a little bit and then that causes other issues. But no, you can have a lot of good choices for Betta Sorority. So if you want to come in here, see it in action, we have another tank up by the front counter there with Betta Sorority. It's really popular here. I think a lot of customers are really liking that. So we have a lot of options. I mean, female bettas start roughly about $9.99 and go up from there for show quality and different things like that. So come in the store, talk to one of the aquatic specialists. If you're interested in setting up a Betta Sorority, we'll definitely help you out with that. We do have an online shop that you should check out, depotpet.shop. We're shipping only, so make sure to check that out. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Comment, see what else you want to see on these videos, and then follow us on all our social media. We're super active on Facebook, Instagram, so make sure to check us out there. But we'll see you guys on the next video.